right, Beta Ada Delota says enough, no more, and like, no, we're gonna do more. Hell yeah. All right, from Psy Coyote, you can enjoy or make furry art without identifying as a furry. Hot or cold?
That's cold.
Jeez.
I'll take.
Oh, hot! Oh, we're gonna get into that. Drexel.
Huh?
I
said cold.
I'm gonna go with.
Oh, I thought you said hot. Derpy.
No.
No, cold.
Okay, chat. This is for me. It's a warm take. Okay, they might say it's cold. I think we put the turkey in the oven because that's what you liking furry art is. You've taken the turkey out of the freezer, you put it in the oven, and you've set it to low, like maybe like 200 or something like that. You're slow cooking that bitch. If you like furry art and you start getting involved in the furry fandom, if you're in a furry Twitch stream listening to hot takes about it, I'm sorry to tell you, but you got your toe in. We've got you. You're starting to be corrupted. You're eventually going to become one of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. Yeah, exactly.
One of us.
One of us. All right, the next hot take. Stop being such sex addicts. Sex and porn are being horny, or it doesn't have to be your whole personality. Damn, shit. I'm horny and bony all the time. Oh no. Oh no. Is this a hot take or not take?
Cold take. I know
Cold.
someone who was very into this.
Oh, so you agree that people should stop being horny? Okay.
Hot take.
Hot take?
It's pretty hot.
I'd say it's about lukewarm at this.
Lukewarm? Oh god, this take is so hot. Oh, you're so hot, take. Come back to my bedroom and we could be a hot take together. But real talk. Okay, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. There's probably a lot of floofs out there that probably are a little bit too into porn. Are a little bit too into thing. And you know what will solve that? You know what will absolutely solve all of that? Touching grass? Yep. Yes. Usagi. We are on the same page. Holy shit. Touch grass. Go outside. Play a sport. Go for a hike. Get a girlfriend, boyfriend, some friend, they friend, them friend, whatever friend you want.
On the grass.
Have an actual sexual relationship. Dude, your lust for porn will decrease by 9% once you get laid once. Straight up. So to those people that saying stop being such sex addicts, get laid, and you won't even care that other people are being so horny little bastard because you're getting laid. Moving on. You know what? I think, you know what? This is going to be my hot take. I think all the people who have problems with like sexual things happening at cons, fandoms, all this kind of stuff, it's because they're not getting laid and they haven't touched grass yet. Chat, this is another hot take. You are a plant. I know this is going to sound weird, but you are a plant. Go outside. Get fresh air, get sunlight, drink water, get food. If you do the things that you need to do to take care of a plant, you're going to be happier with your life and less horny. Well, maybe you want to be more horny. Take Viagra. Actually, funnily enough, Viagra doesn't actually make you more horny. It just, once you are horny, it makes things go faster. But that's besides the point. All right, next hot take. Being a furry doesn't magically make you, what? Oh, this one's weird. Okay. Being a furry doesn't magically make you a minority where everyone dislikes you, merely a hater and an anti-fur. You cannot use it as a shield when outsiders call you out for your very interesting buzzwords behavior. Okay, does being a furry doesn't magically make you a minority? This is a really weird way of putting. You know what? I'm going to rephrase this.
Word is really strange. But
yeah,
I get what I was trying to say.
Let's do this a different way. Being a furry doesn't magically make you a victim. I think that's this kind of the summary of this.
What's like
cold? Cold?
I go cold on that one, Chief.
Okay.
Yeah, cold.
Cold?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, I agree being a furry doesn't make you a victim. I've been on Omega, all this kind of stuff. It's your own self-confidence and your own thing that does it. But, like, the way they're putting this is, like, a really problematic way of setting up this thing. And it makes a whole bunch of assumptions of stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm going to agree that being a furry doesn't excuse bad behavior. I do not agree that people that are doing this behavior use furry as a shield. All right, next one from a stinky sock. The furry fandom is not welcoming it to people of color or African Americans. I'm going to be so real, so I'm only speaking from personal experience. All right, Hot take. POCs aren't welcome in the fandom.
Obviously hot.
Hot? Cheese. Oh, cheese is thinking hard. Cold. Okay, gonna agree. Drexel.
I'm gonna go with hot.
Derpy.
People are people. Everyone's allowed as long as they're not being mean.
Gotcha. I'm gonna put this as a warm take, but actually, you know what? Hot take. I'm gonna call this a hot take. Do you want to know why? Because this person, I can bet you $1,000, lives in the United States of America, where this is not a furry problem. This is an American problem. Stuff like that. And when you go outside of that bubble, when you're in the furry fandom in other countries, that barrier is not real because that issue doesn't exist here, or exists in a different form. Jake. Jake. Oh yeah, is Jake around? Jake is Jake is like my best POC friend. So yeah. Well, we can also get Dark Wizzy in here.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
I'll DM Jake real quick.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get Jake in here. Let's get an expert. Chat, we're pulling in the big dog.
You mean the little one because he's the bottom?
It's true. It's the little dog. We can throw the little dog. He's like a chihuahua. He's like, wah. I am POC. Oh, yo, Time. You want to come on in? See, here's the thing. I care so little whether you're POC or anything else that it doesn't matter to me if you are or not. So I don't know if you are or not. I'm a banana. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. In the fandom, you probably know more about somebody's fursuit or fursona than their race. Straight up. Actually, you know what? That is my ultimate counter that this is a hot take. The furry fandom is not welcome to POCs or African Americans. I'm going to be so real. I'm only speaking from personal experience. That's a hot take. People don't care about your race. They care about your fursuit and whether it's hot or not.
I'm a gray and white dog right now. What do you know what my skin color is?
Yeah, I'm bony right now. There's no skin even to ask. All right, we're going to move on from this, and if Jake wants to join us, we can come back. All right, Prozo says, the fandom will never be normal or accepted, no matter how conservative, Christian, or otherwise non-degenerate you are. Stop trying to normalize it. We're weird, yes. Dressing up into funny animal costumes is not inherently sexual degenerate, but it's definitely weird. Okay, the hot take is that the furry fandom will never be normal. Usagi is AFK, it looks like. Cheese. Cold. So you agree that the fandom's never going to be normal, okay? Cold?
Yeah, to certain degrees, I would say it's definitely going to be cold.
Okay, I'm going to say it's a hot take. So I'm going to say this is a hot take. So go ahead. Why is this a cold take?
Who wants to be normal?
Okay.
Real.
Okay.
It just is the thing of how people will see it. Like, it's never going to be seen exactly as normal.
Interesting.
It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's just you're not going to be going around in a person. You won't be seen as normal.
Okay, I'm going to say this is an absolutely hot take because furry has already been normalized. Our merch and stuff like that is available in Hot Topic. You can walk to your Hot Topic right now and go ahead and buy some furry stuff. You can go onto many different actual clothing brand stores and get furry related merchandise. As the internet has expanded, furry throughout the generation has been just as well known as gamers, IT, stuff like that, and is interlocked with many industries. Honestly, I think furry has already been normalized, and there is a normal level of furry. And then once you go beyond that normal level of furry, you get furries that are a little bit more, weird and extreme. And it's okay if you're weird and extreme. But there's definitely your normal furry. And then you have somebody who's an abnormally into furry, right? For some people, like me, furry's a hobby. Other people, furry's a way of life.
I was about to say hot take. I was listening, but I was I was away for a sec.
Okay, the next one. This is from Gem. Furries will cry and write 7 paragraphs on how body shaming the fandom is awful and an unforgivable sin, and then pull 180 and call you a fat piece of shit if they find any political or personal opinion they disagree with. Hot or cold?
I'll say cold.
Cold. You agree with that? Okay.
Get back to me on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say cold.
Okay. Derpy.
I will also say cold.
Interesting. So you all agree with this, that people will have this virtue signaling of don't shame and don't judge people by their value. But it's
the moment you have something they don't agree with, then they jump ship and just instantly do exactly what they're saying. No, don't do that.
You know what? I completely agree with this. This is a cold take, but not for so much as the context that they put. I feel like a lot of furries posture. Okay, they have held the beliefs. They put out the most positive, sanitized versions of themselves out there online, stuff like that, because they know if they do the thing that is the disagreeable things of that, then the rest of them will, because they are virtuing and because they're positioning, will dog on them. This is, funnily enough, I feel like a very, very almost like a fake social hierarchy that the fandom has developed themselves into, that if you don't condemn, if you don't attack a person immediately, your entire persona breaks down, and therefore you can equally be called out. Because like, if you don't call out that person for being a piece of shit, then you're going to get called out for being a piece of shit, right? So it's like a house of cards. That's just my take. A hot take. Thanks for watching.